Think you know everything about quarters? What if I told you that some of them are worth more than your house? Get ready, because today we are uncovering the top 5 most mind-blowing quarter errors that collectors are desperate to find. Are you ready to see if you are sitting on a gold mine? Number 1. Have you ever looked at an ordinary coin in your hand and thought it could change your life? What if I told you that a simple 25-cent piece from 1965 might be worth thousands of dollars today? That is right. The United States quarter dollar from 1965 with no mint mark hides one of the most fascinating and valuable minting errors in American history. Stay with me, because what looks like spare change could actually be a small fortune waiting to be discovered in your pocket. The year 1965 marked a turning point in American coinage history. The United States Mint made a huge decision to remove silver from circulating coins due to a national silver shortage and the rising value of the precious metal. Before that, quarters were made of 90% silver, but after 1964, the mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition. That change created confusion at the minting facilities, and during the transition, something extraordinary happened. A small number of 1,965 quarters were accidentally struck using leftover silver planchets from the previous year. These mistakes were released into circulation unnoticed, and today, they are among the rarest and most valuable United States quarters ever found. What makes this coin truly unique is its hidden silver composition. To the naked eye, it looks like any other 1965 quarter, but a trained collector can spot the difference instantly. A regular clad 1965 quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while the rare silver version weighs 6.25 grams. That slight weight difference tells the entire story. The silver coin also has a distinct ringing sound when dropped on a hard surface, and its edge shows no copper layer. Instead, it has a solid silver tone all the way around. Those subtle features are the key to unlocking a valuable discovery. The rarity of this coin cannot be overstated. Out of more than 1.8 billion quarters produced in 1965, only a tiny handful were struck on silver planchets by mistake. These coins are so rare that most collectors go their entire lives without ever seeing one in person. Their incredible scarcity makes them a holy grail among modern United States-era coins. Every time one surfaces, it creates a frenzy in the numismatic market, as collectors and investors rush to bid and drive prices even higher. The 1965 silver quarter has become a true symbol of hidden treasure for coin hunters around the world. Now let us talk about value, because this is where things get truly exciting. At the Heritage Auctions event in August 2019, a verified 1965 silver quarter graded MS62 by PCGS sold for $9,000. In another sale at Stack's Bowers Galleries in 2021, a similar coin brought $8,500. These are real, documented prices from the most respected auction houses in the world. Experts believe that high-grade examples could easily reach or surpass $10,000 today, as collector demand continues to grow. That means a simple quarter you could find in your change might secretly be worth more than a diamond ring. So how can you tell if you have one? It is simpler than you think. Start by checking your coins for the year 1965, and remember there should be no mint mark. Next, weigh the coin carefully using a digital scale. If it reads 6.25 grams instead of 5.67, you could be holding a silver strike. Check the coin's edge. A normal quarter has a copper line around it, but a silver quarter looks solid and bright. You can also do the sound test. Drop it gently on a hard surface, and if it rings like a bell instead of a dull clink, that is another strong clue. Collectors and treasure hunters have found some of these incredible coins in the most unexpected places. One collector from Texas discovered his silver 1965 quarter in an old roll of coins he bought from a bank for only $10. Later, it sold for over $7,000 at auction. Another person in Arizona found one in a jar of old change that had been sitting untouched for decades. These stories prove that rare treasures still exist in everyday circulation, waiting for someone with curiosity and patience to uncover them. Condition also plays a major role in determining the final value of your coin. Mint state or uncirculated pieces bring the highest premiums, especially when certified by major grading services like PCGS or NGC. If your coin shows minimal wear, sharp details, and bright luster, its value can skyrocket. However, never clean your coin, no matter how tempting it might be. Cleaning damages the surface and dramatically lowers its collector worth. Always handle it carefully, preferably with gloves, and store it in a protective holder until you get it graded. The modern coin market is hotter than ever, and the 1965 quarter with no mint mark continues to be one of the most searched for United States coins of all time. Collectors love it because it tells a story of transition, error, and luck, a story that connects ordinary people to a moment in American minting history that changed everything. With silver prices rising and coin collecting gaining new popularity worldwide, now is the perfect time to start checking your old change and coin jars for hidden gems like this one. Every coin has a story, but this one has a legend. The 1965 quarter dollar with no mint mark proves that treasure hunting is not just a fantasy. It is a real possibility that starts right in your own pocket. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, never underestimate the power of curiosity and patience. Because somewhere out there, a small silver coin worth thousands of dollars is still waiting to be found. Thanks a lot for watching. Number 2. Have you ever imagined that a simple quarter from 1967 could secretly be worth thousands of dollars? Many people handle this coin every day without realizing that hidden among them are rare and valuable treasures waiting to be discovered. Stay tuned, because in this video, we are uncovering the incredible story of the 1967 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark, one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins in American numismatic history. Back in 1965, the United States Mint made a major change that would affect coin production for years to come. Because of a nationwide coin shortage and rising silver prices, the Mint decided to remove the mint marks from all coins between 1965 and 1967. This was done to discourage collectors from hoarding coins based on where they were minted. As a result, every quarter made during that period had no mint mark, including those from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But even though mint marks were removed, certain 1967 quarters stand out as extraordinary due to striking errors, high-grade conditions, and unique production details that set them apart. The Washington Quarter series had already become a familiar sight by 1967, featuring the iconic portrait of George Washington on the obverse and the proud bald eagle on the reverse. But what makes some 1967 quarters so special lies in their condition and minting quality. The vast majority of these coins were heavily circulated, meaning they show wear and tear from daily use. However, a small number were struck with exceptional precision and preserved in near-perfect condition, known as mint state, or even proof-like quality. These coins display mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and strong luster, making them incredibly appealing to serious collectors. When it comes to rarity and collector demand, high-grade 1967 quarters are in tremendous demand. The U.S. Mint also produced special, SMS, or special mint set coins for collectors that year, and these have become particularly valuable when they exhibit cameo or deep cameo contrast. The highest graded examples certified by PCGS or NGC can sell for stunning amounts at auction. For instance, a 1967 SMS Washington quarter with deep cameo finish was sold at heritage auctions for over $5,768 in mint state 69 condition. Another exceptional example reached a remarkable price of more than $6,000 at Stack's Bowers Galleries. These rare sales prove that even a coin with no mint mark can achieve elite status in the world of coin collecting. Collectors today continue to search for those hidden gems in their change or old collections. The key indicators of a valuable 1967 quarter include strong strike details, high luster, and the absence of any visible wear. Coins with sharp rim edges and flawless surfaces are especially desirable. Some era coins from this year, such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, or coins struck on experimental planchets, can push values even higher, sometimes reaching into the tens of thousands of dollars depending on rarity and demand. If you are wondering how to identify one of these valuable quarters, start by examining your coins carefully under good lighting. Look for strong detail in Washington's hair, a bright reflective surface, and any unusual characteristics that might suggest a minting error. Submitting your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC is the best way to verify authenticity and grade, which can make a huge difference in market value. Today, the 1967 no mint mark Washington quarter is a symbol of how even common coins can become prized collectibles through history, rarity, and preservation. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual coin hunter, the story of this quarter reminds us that true treasure can be found where we least expect it. So the next time you come across a 1967 quarter, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of American history worth far more than 25 cents. And remember, rare coins like these continue to rise in value as more collectors join the hunt. Subscribe, stay curious, and keep searching. Your next big discovery could be in your pocket right now. Number 3. What if I told you that a simple quarter from 1971 could be worth thousands of dollars today? You may have spent one of these coins without realizing that some of them are incredibly rare and highly valuable. Yes, the 1971 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark has become one of the most exciting coins in modern American history, and you might be sitting on one right now. In 1971, the United States Mint continued to produce Washington quarters with the same design that had been used since 1932. The obverse featured the familiar portrait of George Washington, and the reverse displayed the powerful image of the bald eagle, wings spread wide, symbolizing freedom and strength. However, 1971 was an important year because it was part of the early copper-nickel-clad era, following the end of silver content in quarters in 1965. The Denver Mint, represented by the D mint mark, struck millions of these coins, but among them, a few were minted with unique errors, exceptional conditions, and special qualities that make them highly collectible today. Now, what makes the 1971 D quarter so interesting is not just its history, but the hidden surprises found in its details. Some coins from this year were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were made using metal blanks intended for other denominations such as nickels or dimes. These incredible minting mistakes are extremely rare and can command jaw-dropping prices at auction. Collectors also hunt for examples with strong strikes, deep luster, and pristine surfaces, coins that have survived decades without a single scratch or mark. One of the most extraordinary 1971 D quarters ever discovered was sold at heritage auctions for more than $3,520 in mint state 67 condition. Another near-perfect example reached over $2,900 at Stack's Bowers Galleries, proving that flawless condition and rarity can turn a simple 25-cent piece into a true treasure. Coins with exceptional toning or proof-like surfaces are even more desirable, especially when certified by PCGS or NGC. Collectors are fascinated by how few of these coins have survived in high grades. The majority of 1971 D quarters were heavily circulated, tossed in pockets, cash registers, and change jars for decades. But the small number that remained untouched, those with razor-sharp details, strong rim definition, and brilliant shine, are now some of the most sought-after examples in the entire Washington quarter series. If you are checking your coins at home, here is what to look for. Turn the coin under a bright light and examine the details on Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. The sharper the detail, the higher the grade and value. Look for the small D mint mark on the obverse side, right next to the ribbon of Washington's ponytail. If your coin has no wear, a mirror-like surface, or unusual coloration, you might have something very special. It is also worth inspecting for minting errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, and coins struck on silver or experimental planchets. These errors are extremely scarce but can multiply the value of a 1971 D quarter by 10, 20, or even 100 times depending on condition and demand. Today, the 1971 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark is not just a reminder of America's coinage history. It represents a real chance for collectors to discover hidden value in plain sight. The market for rare quarters continues to grow every year, and those who hold high-grade or error examples are seeing strong returns as collectors and investors compete for the best pieces. So before you spend that 1971 quarter, take another look. You might be holding a small fortune without even realizing it. Subscribe now, hit the like button, and leave a comment if you have checked your change for this amazing coin. Thank you for watching, and remember, every coin has a story, and your next one might just change your life. Number 4. What if I told you that a common-looking 1980 quarter in your pocket could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. The 1980 Washington quarter dollar with the P mint mark is hiding some incredible secrets that most people overlook. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you might be checking every quarter you have at home for one of these rare treasures. In 1980, something important happened in U.S. coinage history. It was the first time in decades that the Philadelphia Mint officially used the P mint mark on a circulating quarter. Before 1980, coins from Philadelphia were minted with no mint mark at all, making this year a turning point for collectors. This small letter, P, located on the obverse side just beside Washington's ponytail, marked a major milestone and gave birth to one of the most collectible modern quarters in America. The Washington quarter had already been a part of U.S. history since 1932, honoring the nation's first president, George Washington. But the 1980 version stood out for more than just its design. It symbolized the modern era of coin production. The coin was made of copper nickel clad instead of silver, and millions were struck for circulation. However, despite the large mintage, some 1980p quarters possess exceptional qualities that make them incredibly valuable today. Collectors hunt for examples that have survived in perfect mint state condition, with sharp details, strong luster, and no signs of wear. These high-grade coins are extremely difficult to find because most 1980 quarters were used in daily transactions and heavily circulated. But the few that remain untouched can sell for eye-popping amounts at auction. One extraordinary 1980p Washington quarter, graded mint state 67 by PCGS, sold for more than $1,200 at heritage auctions. Another stunning specimen with near-perfect surfaces fetched over $1,100 at Stack's Bowers galleries. These real auction results prove that quality and preservation can transform an ordinary coin into a valuable collector's item. Beyond condition, certain 1980p quarters are prized for unique minting errors that make them even rarer. Some were struck off-center, showing part of the design missing or doubled. Others were struck on the wrong planchet, such as on nickel or dime metal blanks, which makes them highly desirable to serious collectors. Depending on the type of error and grade, these coins can easily reach values between $500 and several $1,000s. If you want to know what to look for, pay close attention to a few key details. Examine the P mint mark carefully. It should be clear, centered, and well defined. Check the coin's edges for any unusual thickness or missing reading, which could indicate a minting issue. The surface of the coin should have a bright, original luster and sharp details, especially in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. If your coin shows deep, mirror-like surfaces or frosted designs, you might have a proof-like specimen, which can also raise its market value dramatically. Collectors today are increasingly drawn to modern-era coins like the 1980p quarter because they represent a bridge between classic and contemporary American coinage. As grading services such as PCGS and NGC continue to recognize high-grade examples, their market demand has grown rapidly. Rare, well-preserved coins from this era have been achieving record-breaking prices at auctions across the country, and experts believe their values will continue to rise in the coming years. So before you spend that shiny 1980 quarter, take a closer look. That tiny P mint mark might hold a story worth far more than 25 cents. Whether you are a passionate collector or just getting started, this coin is a reminder that every piece of change has the potential to hide something extraordinary. Thanks a lot for watching. Do not forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment if you have checked your 1980 quarters for this rare variety. Who knows, your next find could make you a part of numismatic history. Number 5. What if I told you that a simple quarter from 1991 could secretly be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? That is right. The 1991 Washington quarter dollar with the D mint mark might look like an ordinary 25-cent coin, but certain rare examples of this coin have shocked collectors and auction houses across America with their incredible values. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to look for, where to find it, and how to spot the ultra-rare 1991 D Washington quarter that could make you rich. The year 1991 was an interesting period for the United States Mint. The Washington quarter had already been a national icon since its introduction in 1932, designed by the talented sculptor John Flanagan to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. By 1991, the coin's familiar design, Washington's profile on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse, was deeply embedded in American culture. The D mint mark on the obverse, located just to the right of Washington's ponytail, tells us it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the country at the time. Although hundreds of millions of 1991 D quarters were struck, not all were created equal. Some came out of the press perfectly struck, shining with a sharp, mirror-like finish that collectors call full strike luster. Others contained rare minting errors that turned these everyday coins into prized rarities. Some examples show double die obverse, off-center strikes, weak strikes, or even transitional planchet errors, where the coin was accidentally struck on a blank meant for another denomination. These unique mint mistakes are what make certain 1991 D quarters stand out as hidden treasures in the coin world. Collectors especially love the 1991 D quarter because it represents the final era of the traditional eagle reverse design before the United States Mint began transitioning toward modern commemorative issues later in the decade. It bridges the gap between the vintage Washington quarters of the past and the newer designs of the late 1990s, making it a coin that holds both historical and sentimental value. Now, here is where things get really exciting: the market value. A standard circulated 1991 D quarter might only be worth its face value of 25 cents. But if you find one in pristine condition, the story changes completely. Coins graded mint state 66 or higher by PCGS or NGC have sold for impressive amounts. One stunning 1991 D Washington quarter graded MS 67 by PCGS sold for over $1,200 at a Heritage Auctions event. Another example, with a perfect strike and full luster, brought more than $1,000 at Stack's Bowers Galleries. But if you happen to discover a rare mint error, such as one struck on a copper penny or dime planchet, its auction value can soar between $3,000 and $5,000 depending on the error type and condition. The key to unlocking that kind of value lies in knowing what to look for. Start by examining your 1991 D quarter under a bright light. Focus on the details in Washington's hair, the sharpness of the lettering, and the overall shine of the coin's surface. If you notice doubling on the letters or off-center features, you could be holding a valuable error coin. Also, keep an eye out for any quarter that looks slightly thinner, lighter, or has a different color tone. Those could be planchet error coins struck on the wrong metal. Condition matters more than anything. Coins that were never circulated, meaning they show no scratches, dirt, or wear, can bring top dollar at auction. Collectors love coins that still have their full mint brilliance, clean rims, and bold design details. If your coin looks flawless, it is definitely worth submitting to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. The 1991 D Washington quarter has seen a rise in collector demand in recent years. As more people rediscover the joy of coin collecting, these late 20th century quarters have become hot targets for both beginners and serious numismatists. They represent a blend of history, craftsmanship, and scarcity that continues to drive interest and value in the coin market. High-grade examples are now being locked away in private collections, meaning their availability and price will only increase over time. So before you spend that 1991 D quarter, take a close look at it. It could be a small fortune hiding in plain sight. Check your old change jars, coin rolls, and inherited collections. You never know when one of these valuable quarters might show up. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below if you have checked your coins for this rare 1991 D Washington quarter. Tell me what rare coins you have found, and who knows, your next coin could be the one that changes everything. Keep hunting, keep learning, and never stop exploring the fascinating world of rare US coins.